my dad handed me a copy of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, I was a little too young to understand all of it, but one famous quote stuck in my mind for years to come. It goes something like, "You never really understand a person till you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it." Now, I wanted to take this to heart when it came to interviewing Ben, but I thought that might be a little creepy and probably a little painful for Ben. So I decided to follow the less violent metaphor of walking in his shoes. That's a bad throw. These are warm. Okay. I've become quite good friends with Ben over my time here at Cal Poly. And after taking the advice my father gave me by ways of Harper Lee's novel, I've learned there's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to Ben. The first thing you probably notice about Ben when you meet him is his sense of humor. He will go to great lengths to make those around him laugh, and this showed about 2 weeks ago when he let a friend of his tase him not once, but twice in the butt. And aside from enduring physical pain, Ben also taps into stories from his childhood to put a smile on the face of his friends. One of the first stories he ever told me was probably one of the funniest I've ever heard. When he was about 4, his sister made him really mad. He doesn't even remember what she did. He just remembers being so mad that he decided to take quite the unconventional route. He marched up the stairs, opened her door, and started to pee on her floor. Despite his parents and, of course, his sister's displeasure at his actions, I feel like this story is somewhat encapsulating of Ben, because he is quite the unconventional guy. And although Ben is filled with these jokes and stories, I've learned there's a lot more to him than just that. Ben lives a life that revolves around family. He grew up on a 2-acre property, and his grandparents, his aunt, and his uncle all live on that same property within walking distance. Ben made a tradition of waking up a full hour early from the first day of kindergarten to the last day of senior year, just so he had enough time to stop by his grandparents' house before school every day. Even after graduating, he chose to attend Cal Poly so that he could remain within an hour's distance of his family. He realizes family won't always be here, and he wants to make the most of the relationships while he still can. The values he cultivated from his family shine through when it comes to his passion in life. Something you guys may know about Ben is that he loves basketball. However, it wasn't just the playing that stole Ben's heart. About 2 years ago, he decided to branch out from being just on the court, and he began to coach young boys. Most of these boys did not have a father figure in their life, and Ben decided to fill that role for them. This was where he truly found a passion for the sport. He uses basketball to help others, to help others who really need it, and he still is in contact with all of his players. I've come to learn that Ben is so much more than the jokes he has and the stories he tells. It didn't take a lot to find this out either. I simply put on his shoes and I walked around in them for a little bit. In doing so, I not only made a friend, but I also found someone to be inspired by. Ben is a stand-up young man who also just so happens to like being tased in the butt and peeing on his sister's floor.